It's too soon for this. I blame Prime Minister Davis. Under Minnis, this would have never happened. In fact, under Minnis, we didn't even have Christmas, so put that in your pipe and smoke it, PLP. The emergency orders are about to expire, so the government has tabled a new bit of legislation, the Health Services COVID-19 Prevention and Management of Community Spread Rules 2021. Are we praying for them to print all of those words? Because that feels fiscally irresponsible. New rules on COVID. Social distancing. Businesses are required to make sure that there are not more than one person every 30 square feet or 1 Andrews foot inside the building. However, in classrooms, 1 student per 7 to 12 square feet, because children clearly breathe less, and none of my 4 godchildren have ever sneezed directly in my face and then laughed, and my mouth was open. Mask. You still have to wear a mask over your nose and mouth, which, guys, it's really not that hard. Like, I know you can't tell by watching on screen, but I'm very large. Like, I'm a medium kaiju. My head is the size of a human woman's torso, and I can get a mask to cover both my football nose and my big mouth. Anyway, the fine if you are caught wearing a mask inappropriately or not at all is $250 or a month in prison, which, who makes up the exchange rate for human life to money? Because it doesn't really make sense. I mean, even if we were to assume the person's making minimum wage, a month of your life would be worth $1,000 at least. So, I mean, at $250, you should only really spend 5 days in prison. But you know what? It's like I always say, it's a sin to be rich and it's a crime to be poor. And yeah, that's pretty much all you need to know about life. Events. We can now have sporting events once you're vaccinated and have a negative COVID test. I mean, this is definitely going to increase vaccination rates because we know how much Bahamians support athletes. We don't. Why y'all acting like y'all ever fill that stadium? Not once. Not once. Sound like y'all having a seizure when y'all trying to pronounce Shawnee's surname, Ugibo. Half y'all didn't even know who Steven Gardner was until he went a goal. Y'all don't care about the athletes. What about concerts? There's nothing specifically in the legislation about concerts, but there are fines if you have a party with more than 20 people. The host pays $2,000 and $300 for each of the party people. If you are one of the persons in attendance, you have to pay $300, which, once again, is a little odd because you can technically have infinite people if it's a sporting event. And in other completely unrelated news, I'm selling tickets for my indoor softball soccer round robin tournament. Ladies free before 2 a.m. Men, curfew is at 10 p.m. Please come out of my house. Mask must be worn at all times except when drinking. And we having drink specials all night. All night. Why?